When Nintendo invited me to check out Star Fox early, I figured I would enjoy the game because it's a very pretty Nintendo 64 game. Turns out there's much more going on, and it's got me excited to take flight in the full release.
Atmospheric entry complete. Extend the wings.
As with all these sorts of hands-on events, time is always limited. There's only so much we can try before we have to move on. That being said, we were given access to a few of the missions from the campaign, the game's co-op mode, a few rounds of multiplayer, and even a chance to enjoy the antics of the Avatar system. So let's take a look at each, beginning with the campaign.
Slippy, stay in formation. Now you've done it, Slippy. Bogey on your tail.
There is no denying that the game's story here is going to be very familiar to anyone who has played Lilac Wars, or if you are American, Star Fox 64. Then again, it was the same story in the original Super Nintendo release, the Nintendo 3DS release, and the Wii U title. In any event, Andros has declared war on the galaxy, and Star Fox is hired to help stop him. The 3 missions we were given access to were from the start of the game, and Nintendo were very specific that we were not to venture off the default path, which is fine. Alternate routes will be my reward later. From the opening of the first mission where Star Fox descended to the surface of Corneria, I was hooked. The game looks incredible, and the better news, it played even better. This was something I was concerned about, as I've never been the biggest fan of the on-rails nature of the majority of Star Fox games, and while there is still a lot of that here, it feels less tied to a rail and more gently guided.
Come in. Are you synced to the training module?
Coming online. I read you loud and clear, Peppy.
Good. I realize you're no stranger to the R-Wing, but it's important for team cohesion that we all run this exercise together.
What was fun is that when the game let me fly freely, i.e. no rails, it gave me Star Wars Rogue Squadron vibes, especially once you start boosting around. For those curious, you don't have infinite boost, so knowing when to use that is important, as it's also tied to your braking ability. With mission 1 complete, though I did let Falco take a shot too many, it was on to the second mission, just without that bird brain. This did change things up a bit, as I saw someone else in our group keep Falco in that mission, and the opening cutscene for the next mission was different for them. The second mission was in Mateo, or the asteroid field if you want to be more direct, and apart from dodging enemy fire, dodging giant space rocks was also important. It was a fun mission, and mission 3 was also fun, but I don't want to describe each action in all the missions, as to avoid spoilers, so let's move on.
You can even launch a bomb when locked onto an enemy.
The second mode we got to try was the co-op mode, which is where the game splits the duties between 2 players. One player takes the control stick and controls the R-Wing. That means where it flies, when it barrel rolls, and all that good stuff. The second player is the gunner. They have complete freedom in where they shoot, well, as long as it's shooting forward. The split is done by the gunner using the mouse control. While this mode does offer freedom to just shoot at anything and everything, it does require some coordination between players. No sense in a pilot doing a bank turn to the left if the gunner is trying to shoot to the right. It was funny, but in the second of the 2 missions that I played, I was the gunner, and the pilot pressed a button without meaning to, and put the game into first-person mode. This made the game feel entirely like Star Fox Zero, though all the action was on the TV screen. With all that completed, it was time to move on to the multiplayer. But before we could do that, we needed to make sure our avatars were set up correctly. When this popped up in the Star Fox Direct, my initial assumption was cute, but I didn't think it was going to be anything fun. Turns out I was quite incorrect with that initial assumption, because even just messing with the character on the screen was pure joy. In the Direct, there were 8 characters shown to us, 4 members of Star Fox and the 4 members of Star Wolf, but there are more characters that you can unlock. There was one unlocked during our demo, but I won't say who it was. It's not just character faces that you can control, you can also add select elements from characters to your human face. That means you can put bunny ears on your head, don the beak of Falco, or discover what the fox truly says by putting elements of Fox's face on your own.
Don't forget your training.
Scanners show something massive just ahead.
With the avatar experience completed, i.e. we were done messing around, it was time to jump into the match. This was the control point match, where players had to hold the objective for a set amount of time in order to have owned it. The point then moves on the map, which shifts the action to somewhere else, keeping everyone on their toes. Where you are trying to control the point, you're also having to dodge enemy fire from the opposing team. This is made slightly more difficult when you include the power-ups. Yes, I am talking about the giant laser power-up. In the 2 rounds we played, my team was victorious in both, and while I was not the top player, I still had fun with it. As this mode was entirely freeform, i.e. more like Rogue Squadron, I ended up having more fun, as again the on-rails is not my preferred way of playing. With all that done, that was the end of our time with Star Fox, and honestly I am impressed. While I can't say how good the campaign will be, given the rest of the missions to play, I am excited to see what changes are included. In the co-op portion, we were told to fly on an alternate route for one mission, so the replay value for those alone could keep people flying. With the co-op though, I suspect it's only going to be as fun as the person you're playing with. Multiplayer is going to be fine for those who want to play it, but as there are more modes and maps that I did not get to try, who knows if the rest will be as fun. Star Fox fans should not worry, as everything appears to be where it should be for the series, and if this is just the start of something for the character, it's a pretty good starting point.
Occupied numerous worlds throughout the system. If they take Corneria, then all hope is lost.
Star Fox is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 on June 25, with hands-on support made possible by Nintendo, so our thanks to them for allowing us this opportunity.
Prep the R-Wings. We've got a job to do, Star Fox. We're gonna take the system back from Andros, one planet at a time.